At any moment in time, there are about 1 million people travelling in commercial aircraft all over the world. No wonder they call it the city in the sky. All of these people are here for a particular reason. They may be travelling for business or leisure, and that makes it quite difficult to forecast the level of air transport demand, and it makes it hard to understand why they choose a particular airline. It's not just the price, it could also be the level of service, membership of a frequent flyer program, or the number of frequencies and the timing of the flights. Have you ever wondered how difficult it is to run an airline? I'm not just talking about the technical or safety aspects of aircraft operation, but what about the commercial side of the business? How do you work out how many aircraft you need, and how do you work out how many seats you are likely to sell? One way of getting to grips with the commercial aspects of the business is to play a game. Welcome to the world of SkyChess. SkyChess is a computer-driven airline business simulation designed for professional in-company training. SkyChess is played in a live environment and will test leadership, organisational and analytical skills, as well as giving you an opportunity to see how all the moving parts of an airline come together.
Each team starts with a small fleet of aircraft operating on routes served from a hub airport. You will need to agree on a set of inputs to enable the operation for the next 3 months. For example, you will have to decide which routes to fly, the timings of the flights, what ticket prices to set, and how much money you want to invest in trying to attract passengers. This process of agreeing inputs for a 3-month period will repeat until we reach the end of the simulation.
Let's have a look at the computer interface you will use in order to play SkyChess. Each airline, in this case Magic Air, will work with an airline dashboard. Here is the current period under review. When you click on Reports, you will access a series of tabs, and below these some key performance indicators relating to the quarter that has just been played. Clicking on these boxes gives you access to earlier quarters. We will explain the content of these tabs in more detail in the SkyChess Briefing on the first day of the simulation. Let's focus for a moment on the Demand tab. You will see this diagram for each of the available routes. On the x-axis we have the time of day, and on the y-axis the capacity of aircraft as well as the passenger loads achieved in the previous quarter. The red curve shows the shape of the demand throughout the day. On this route, called Camelot, there is a morning peak, midday peak and evening peak. The total amount of demand for this route will grow during the simulation, but the shape of the demand will not change. The columns represent departures from the hub airport to Camelot. This aircraft has a capacity of 100 seats and carried an average of 80 passengers in the last quarter. You will see the timings of competitors' flights, but you will not know their precise load factors. You only need to analyse outbound flights from the hub. It is assumed that return flights to the hub will be a mirror image of the outbound direction.
Under the Flight tabs, you will see the departure board for each airline. This is Magic Air's view of a competitor airline called Flair. You will see the fares they have been charging and their overall load factor, but not their flight-by-flight load factors. Magic Air can, however, see their individual load factors in this view. On the right-hand side, you can monitor aircraft daily utilisation values.
You will need to schedule your aircraft. Any aircraft can fly on any route so long as it has adequate range. You might need to acquire ETOPS operational approval on some routes. Let's look at the Flight Management tab on the airline dashboard. The flow view is an easy way of seeing the current schedule, aircraft by aircraft. The darker bars are the flights from the hub, and the lighter shaded bars show the flights that return to the hub. Imagine that you want to reschedule the 1700 departure to Kuding to a later time of 1815. This flight is operated by a G130 aircraft, which is on a short-term lease. These flights can also be viewed as they would appear on a departure board. Here is the flight we want to change. First, we open the Flight List view. Then we must cancel the flight. Now it has disappeared from the flow view. This is where we select the aircraft and route. First, we click on G130, then select Kuding. By scrolling down, we will see the available slots on that route. Here is the slot we want, at 1815. Now, click on Schedule Flight, and the new time appears in the flow view.
You can change your fleet during the simulation. Aircraft are available from 2 competing manufacturers, and if you want short-term capacity, you may also lease aircraft. You will have the opportunity to negotiate conditions with your aircraft suppliers.
Information on the various aircraft may be found in the aircraft catalogue on the airline dashboard. If you click on the Fleet Plans tab, you can see your fleet development for the duration of the game. You may also consult the fleet plans of your competitors.
In SkyChess, you can make marketing investments to help improve your market share. You need to select investments that are likely to encourage travellers to choose your airline. Some investments may generate ancillary revenues, and you will need to assess whether your investments are economically viable. It is important to choose investments that are consistent with your business strategy. In the airline dashboard, there is an investment catalogue to help you make appropriate choices. These range from various advertising options to cabin upgrades, in-flight entertainment systems, lounges, frequent flyer programs, and catering options.
To summarise, you will be given a defined time to get organised, discuss your strategies, set your business objectives, and make decisions for the following quarter. Once the inputs are made, we will process the numbers and send the results to each team so that you can see how well, or otherwise, you have performed. Oh, and by the way, just like in the real world, the simulation is competitive, so there will be a winning team.
We look forward to meeting you and playing SkyChess.
Goodbye for now.